Hello, true brothers and sisters in Christ. I have some more major revelation. If you're a true child of God, the next 20 minutes will change your life.
Free and fair elections in the United States. Why would they? Why would you think that they did? They interfere with elections all around the world. They interfere with the election just recently in South Africa. They interfere with elections in Georgia. They interfere with elections everywhere they go. They subvert democracy all around the world. What makes you think that they wouldn't subvert democracy right there at home? Of course they do. Well, I think that they interfere and subvert democracy in their own country more effectively and more comprehensively than they're even able to do it in other countries. And we know that they're able to do it in other countries extremely well and extremely effectively and get the results that they want. So do you think that they're not going to ensure that they get the results that they want in their own country? Of course they do. You'd be naive to think that they don't. They didn't just find out that Joe Biden has experienced cognitive decline. They didn't just find out that the man has dementia. All of those people in the Democratic Party who were pushing for him to step down or pushing for him to not seek re-election, they've been interacting with him. They've been talking to him. They know perfectly well that the man has lost his mind, and they've been knowing that for 4 years, and they didn't mind. This isn't about wanting him to step down or wanting him to step aside because they think that he's not competent. No one ever thought he was competent. What it's about is that you know that when your own people, your own Democrats, your own liberals are making fun of Joe Biden online, on social media, on television, in the mainstream media, and so on, the man has become a laughingstock. That means that him winning in a rigged election wouldn't be plausible. No one would believe that. It was barely believable even in 2020. So there's no way that you could get people to actually believe that Democrats turned out in significant enough numbers to give Joe Biden a victory in 2024. He was asked to step down or asked to step aside because the Democratic Party knows that if they want to sell their appointed president to the public as if they were democratically elected, there has to be some degree of plausibility to that. You see, if they could have, they would have given the Democratic Alliance in South Africa the full victory, but it wasn't plausible. So there has to be some degree of believability. I don't think Kamala Harris is any more popular than Joe Biden, and she's not much of a better speaker. It's a choice between Kamala Harris, who always sounds like she's a little bit drunk, or Joe Biden, who sounds like he's in a perpetual fugue state. However, with Kamala Harris, you have certain factors that will be very appealing to the liberal base, to the Democratic base, that allow you to craft a narrative that makes her victory plausible, regardless of whether she gets the votes or not. If she's appointed as the winner in a rigged, unfree, unfair election, which is what you have in the United States, because, as I say, that's what the United States tries to ensure you have everywhere else in the world. So you better believe that they make sure that in their own country, it's just as controlled and managed a process as it is a controlled and managed process anywhere else in the world that the U.S. has a hand in it. So when they appoint the candidate whom they want to win, who they've decided to win, who the oligarchs have decided should win, they need there to be some democratic plausibility to that win to make people think, either make people think that yes, they did, this candidate did in fact win, or you make such a convincing and coercive and manipulative narrative around that candidate that no one will admit that they didn't vote for that candidate. In other words, she's going to be the first woman president. Well, wouldn't you be ashamed of yourself if you didn't vote to break the presidential glass ceiling?
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it. And the light is shining through like never before, filling us all with the hope and the sure knowledge that the path will be a little easier next time.
She's a woman of color. Well, wouldn't you be ashamed to say that you didn't vote for a woman of color? Well, that would make you a racist. If you don't vote for her, then the only two reasons that could possibly be is because she's a woman and she's a woman of color. So that means you're a misogynist and you're a racist. So you can craft a narrative around her that everyone will want to say that they voted for her even if they didn't turn out to vote at all. Because we're going to hear nothing for the next 3 months except how excited the Democrats are, how reinvigorated they are, and how thrilled and breathless with anticipation the American people are for being able to finally achieve this first woman presidency in the United States. Everyone is excited about it. So therefore, when she is appointed as the president, if that's what happens, when she is appointed as the president, everyone can believe that the hype got her elected, even if no one shows up at the voting booth. And when everyone starts cheering in triumph and applauding and congratulating themselves for being so progressive and so liberal as to elect the first woman president and the first woman of color as president, well, no one will be willing to say that they never voted for her. So it's a very, you have a lot of strategies that you can use to convince people that it's either believable that she won or it's unthinkable that you would deny that she won. So I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but I don't for a second believe that they have free and fair elections in the United States, and I think you'd be a fool to believe that.
To the young people in particular, I hope you will hear this. I have, as Tim said, spent my entire adult life fighting for what I believe in. I've had successes and I've had setbacks, sometimes really painful ones. Many of you are at the beginning of your professional, public, and political careers. You will have successes and setbacks too. This loss hurts, but please never stop believing that fighting for what's right is worth it. And so we need you to keep up these fights now and for the rest of your lives. And to all the women, and especially the young women, who put their faith in this campaign and in me, I want you to know that nothing has made me prouder than to be your champion.
We'll take the Wonkavator. Step in, Charlie. Grandpa Joe, sir. This is the Great Glass Wonkavator.
It's an elevator.
It's a Wonkavator. An elevator can only go up and down, but the Wonkavator can go sideways and slantways and long ways and back ways and square ways and front ways and any other ways that you can think of. It can take you to any room in the whole factory just by pressing one of these buttons. Any of these buttons. Just press a button and zing! You're off. And up until now, I've pressed them all. Except one. This one. Go ahead, Charlie.
Me?
There it goes. Hold on tight. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. Faster, faster. If we don't pick up enough speed, we'll never get through.
Get through what?
Aha.
You mean we're going?
Up and out.
But this roof is made of glass. It'll shatter in 1,000 pieces. We'll be cut to ribbons.
Probably. Hold on, everybody. Here it comes.
You did it, Mr. Wonka. Congratulations.
Get up, take a look.
Grandpa, our town looks so pretty from up here.
How did you like the chocolate factory, Charlie?
I think it's the most wonderful place in the whole world.
I'm very pleased to hear you say that, because I'm giving it to you. That's all right, isn't it?
You're giving Charlie the...
I can't go on forever, and I don't really want to try. So who can I trust to run the factory when I leave and take care of the Oompa Loompas for me? Not a grown-up, A grown-up would want to do everything his own way, not mine. That's why I decided a long time ago that I had to find a child. A very honest, loving child to whom I can tell all my most precious candy-making secrets.
And that's why you sent out the golden tickets.
That's right. So the factory's yours, Charlie. You can move in immediately.
And me?
Absolutely.
What happens to the
The
rest?
whole family. I want you to bring them all. But Charlie, don't forget what happened to the man who suddenly got everything he always wanted.
What happened?
He lived happily ever after.
In case you don't understand, twins equals duality or black and white, which equals 2 towers, the TSA peace and security stripping of rights, which equals 2 Revelation 12 signs, September 23rd and 19th, which equals Mengel's twins with the Holocaust, which equals Stitch, Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, plus the fires, equals the Dragon Mouth, which equals elevators, first floor stars, which equals ground level or coffee grounds, Starbucks and fallen angels, which equals stars and stripes, Jesus mockery, Babylon, which equals fall rapture, 2 twin crossing eclipses, and T-wins refers to Satan, or the T-Rex lie, winning, and Trump, the last Trump. The Lord gave me a major revelation. Elevators. EL means God. There's a reason why there's a star at the ground level. Stars equal fallen angels. And 9/11, the Twin Towers falling down to the ground, was their symbolism for the fallen angels. They planned 9/11 as an emergency call, and then they made it happen on 9/11. They used 9/11 as the beginning of their justification to strip people of their rights like they stripped the Jews of their clothes. And then they covered us in what they call peace and security. Twins refers to Mengele, who sewed twins together. That's where they came up with the idea for Disney's Stitch, Experiment 626. They even alluded to this in Sonic Adventure for Dreamcast in 1998.
We're looking at financial center. 2 breathers, 2 broken windows. Oh, God!
And Sonic Adventure came out way before 9/11. Just like in iPeco 2, it showed the destruction of Notre Dame years before Notre Dame collapsed the spire. And so they know the beginning from the end, but the Lord brings us out of it. And then the old church system is broken down. And the church behind him is the Church of Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, Disney is known for. This actually came out way before Notre Dame collapsed, but it collapsed the same way. So the fallen angels knew what was going to happen. You see, I Pet Goat 2 came out 2013, September 25th. And look at that. It's actually today is September 25th, exactly 10 years later. So 6 years later, the Notre Dame collapse would happen exactly the same how they showed. And then you have Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame scene where he's singing in front of this fire about Maria, and his rings remind me of Thanos, and it's the Phoenix Rising. And I just wanted to point out these lyrics from Megadeth and Otherworld, heavy metal lyrics decoded. With Megadeth, Washington is next. And here's my full breakdown of what it means right here. I saw this on a Jurassic Liars video, and then I kind of connected it to Otherworld as well, another heavy metal song. In this song, it says, "Go on if you want it, another world awaits you. Don't give up on it, you bite the hand that feeds you." Meaning you bite the devil's hand and accept Christ and be with him in the millennial reign, the new world, new heaven and new earth. And in those lyrics, it says, fight, 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 just like Trump yells fight on July 13th, 2024, when shot in the ear, his Antichrist head wound. And it's from the soundtrack Final Fantasy X, released 2001, the same year as 9/11. Just like Sonic Adventure for Dreamcast, where they showed an alligator come out of a building, and the building was destroyed almost like 9/11, and it kind of depicts the city with New York. And the water's name is Chaos, and in Final Fantasy X, the demonic waters is also named Sin. The enemy tries to put all these things in plain sight, but people just can't put the pieces together until they accept Christ, and then they're able to make sense of things through Christ's salvation. And so in that Otherworld song with Bill Zilidex, or however you pronounce it, he says, "Another world awaits you. Are you ready?" Just like they say in this video, "Are you ready?" Move up on it. And then so they say, "Ready, move, move. Shoot her down. We're clear." And then they say, "Come on, sir." And then why would he have to grab his shoes? Well, he got blood on his right ear, right thumb, and right toe. He had to do that for a ritual. And so he starts to say, "Fight, fight," just like the Otherworld song. And in addition to a woman president, what was Hillary referring to with the glass ceiling? The firmament, Psalms 19:1. God has an actual firmament around creation, how he made with waters around it. The Go Fast rocket in 2014 was the first independently funded rocket to fly to outer space, and it just so happened to hit that firmament. I've already detailed all these things in the videos I've made, links in comments and description.